Hi, this is Shay-lon. Happy Wednesday. Just kidding. Today I got a vlog and it's going to be fairly lengthy, but I hope that it grants you inspiration and motivation, and I hope that you share it with your friends, your peers, social media, your blog, and I hope that you remember it. No matter how far in this video you go, I hope that it means something to you. I hope you take something from this video that I'm doing. And it's going to be about know your purpose and know your roles, or role, if you only have one role. Basically, with that being said, there's two different kinds of roles in life. There's the roles that we have choices in, and then there's roles that we don't have choices in. The roles that we play that we don't have choices in are being a child of somebody else. You didn't get a choice as to whether or not you were going to be a child to somebody else. You might not like your family, your mom or your dad, but you're still their child regardless. Same with being a sibling. Once your little brother or older sister or whoever it is was born, you are considered a sibling. You might choose to love or hate them, but they're your sibling regardless of the situation. The roles that you have a choice in, that you need to pay particular attention to, are the kind of jobs you take in, the kind of people you befriend, allow in your circle, the kind of attitude you carry around, your morals, your values, your spirituality. And the roles that we tend to take on more are materialistic things, and those kind of go with the roles that you have choices in, such as having nice clothes, big house, nice car, a nice job, being successful, wealth, having a dog, no dog, being married, not married. Those are choices as well. And I want you to keep in mind in this video that your roles are going to affect your purpose and are going to affect everybody in your life. When you became a parent, if any of you are, you have chosen to either be a good parent or a bad parent. That was a path that you have chosen. You might start off as a bad parent, then turn around and became a good parent. You might start off as a good parent, went back to being a bad parent. But you've chosen those paths. Those are choices that were given to you. And being a good parent and bad parent affects not only that child, but the people around you. And it affects everybody who comes into your life after that and during that time. Being a doctor, you can choose to be a good doctor and help people and to perform surgeries and to medicate people and to do things that make somebody's health better. Or you can be a bad doctor, misdiagnose people, do surgeries that you shouldn't be performing, and taking advantage of people's money. You have a choice in that job. Okay, that's a job that you chose to take in, but now you have a choice once you take it in. Do you want to be good or bad? Same thing with all your roles. You can have a nice car, but you have a choice. Do you want that car to be a glimmer of hope for somebody else, or do you want that car to make somebody else feel bad about their own life? Same thing with having a nice house, and same thing with having a job. Whatever job you take in. Do you want to have a job where you hate everybody you work with and you hate all the customers? Or do you want to have a job where you feel like you're able to give back? You can't wait to be promoted. You want to do more. You have bad days, but the good outweigh the bad. That depends on you, what kind of job you decide to get. No job's perfect, and they're all going to have their issues. But you have a choice as to what job you take on and how you go into that job and what kind of mind frame you want to have while working. Your attitude. Do you want to be upset and pissed off and mean to people all the time? Stuck up, snobby? Or do you want to be sweet, kind, giving? Do you want somebody to take advantage of you? Or do you want to be able to stand up for yourself? These are choices you have, roles that you can take on. Same thing with your health. Do you want to be overweight on the verge of dying on the table because you choose to ignore your health? Or do you want to be somebody who's taking your health into consideration and your family into consideration because you want to better yourself and you want to bring positivity to other people's lives? That's up to you. So you have a choice. No matter what role you have a choice. You have a good and a bad. It's a con and it's a pro. And those choices are going to make up your purpose. They're going to affect your purpose, and they're going to affect the people around you. We don't think about those things when we take on roles. When we become the CEO of a company, we're not thinking, am I going to treat Bob like crap, or am I going to give Bob a promotion along with me? We're not thinking when we become a doctor, am I going to help Molly feel better, or am I in this to take Molly's money? We don't really think about those things until we get put in a situation where it's having us to pick a side. You got the demon over here saying, well, technically you could double medicate Molly, get some more money out of it. She doesn't really need it, but you could do it and get away with it. No. And then you have the angel saying, and metaphorically speaking, don't do that. She only needs this med. Why would you give her 2 different meds that her family probably can't afford? But they would do everything in their power to be able to afford the second one if you make them do it. But why would you want to do that in the first place? You see what I'm saying? So you have good and bad. And everything you do, you need to consider how it affects the people around you and affects your overall purpose. And if you don't know your purpose yet, I'm going to tell you one thing. You will soon find out your purpose, hopefully in your lifetime, because it's really not that difficult to find your purpose. I kind of look at it as your overall goal in life. It's something to think about. Just think about that. And you have to think about, okay, if this is my overall goal in life, if this is what I want to do in my life, what are my roles? You might have to write them down. Are any of these roles contributing to that? If not, then it's time for you to rethink about what roles you're playing. If they are, then it's time to think about how you can make your roles grow. How you can virtually make them grow, or how you can make more of those roles, bring more roles. See, being a good father isn't just affecting your child, isn't affecting just your family, because they're going to be like, yeah, he's a good father. But now, you're going to want to surround yourself by other good fathers and other good mothers. See, that's bringing in another role. Now, you're bringing in another role. So your role was to be a good father. But now that you've befriended other people who are also good parents, your role is to continue being a good parent and continue befriending people that are also good parents, so that you don't have to be around the negativity of the parents that are choosing to be bad parents. You've taken on a new role and you've inspired more people. Whether or not you know this, you've inspired other people, because those good parents look up to you like, wow, he's such a good father, she's such a good mother. Now they continue to be good parents. And it's just growing. But let's say you're a bad doctor. Well, now you've befriended people who are in it for you, who are in it for the same thing you are, the money and the greed. You're going to misdiagnose people because you see Bob over there gaining thousands of dollars from misdiagnosing people. You're going to do that same track because you and Bob have been friends for years. You're just going to do what Bob does. Now, not only is Bob your role, because Bob is part of your role. That friendship is a role. Now Bob's friends are also going to be part of your role. Now you're just taking the negativity everywhere. And how is it affecting the people around you? Well, hey, you might end up killing one of your friends, misdiagnosing them. You might be losing your job and have to go live with your parents. You might lose friends in your circle who are decent people. So all those things are going to affect somebody in your circle. Are going to affect everybody in your circle. When you decide to ditch Bob and you bring in Frank, who's doing really good, he's bringing in money, but he's bringing in money the right way. He's not misdiagnosing. He's not taking people for granted in his office. Now Frank's going to introduce you to other good people. And once he introduces you to other good people, your roles are going to grow. You're going to inspire people. That's how you inspire people. You make the good things grow. You don't make the negative things grow, because negative things wilt. They start to tremble away. So overall in this video, if you didn't understand anything I just said, I want you to remember there's 2 roles. The roles you have choices in, the roles you don't. The role you have a choice in is your job, the people you befriend, your work, your personality, your attitude, your morals, your values, your religion. Materialistic things are a choice, but they're not going to affect your purpose. They're not going to bring purpose to other people's lives. As much as you'd like to think having a nice house and a nice car is going to make your family happy, sure, it's going to make them happy. But as soon as you have one negative thing, one negative role, they're no longer going to be happy about that nice car and house. They're going to be focused on that negative thing. So know your roles. Know your purpose. Know how your role is going to affect your purpose in the long run. If you only have one role, and that's being somebody's, which nobody just has one role. You're going to take in multiple roles. Whether you're an employee, whether you're an entrepreneur, you're going to take in other roles. It's choosing which roles to have in your life and how they're going to get you that much closer to your purpose and how they're going to positively affect everybody around you. And I want you guys to think about that, okay? I know this was a little bit stupid of a topic because it didn't make sense. And if I had this written down, it would have been probably a masterpiece. But because I didn't, I kind of screwed myself. But I want you guys to think about this. And I want you to think about how your roles now in your life are affecting the people around you and affecting your purpose. And if you don't know your purpose, I want you to find a purpose to live for. Whether it's being the best person you can be, whether it's being the best nurse you can be, whether it's being the best personal trainer, whether it's giving more to your community, find what your overall goal is in life. Write it down. Write down what your roles are. You might have 20, you might only have 5, but write down your roles. Materialistic and all of them. Check. You'll be surprised about what roles are affecting you negatively and what roles are affecting you positively, and what roles are affecting everybody positively and what roles are affecting everybody negatively. You will be surprised. You will be surprised. Trust me, I was very surprised. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And like I said, I hope you took something from that, and I hope it wasn't too confusing. I know I kind of sounded confusing and repetitive. If you have a question, just leave it in my comment section, and I'll kind of explain it more in depth. Like I said, it went off my dome, so it's kind of hard for me to talk about something off the top of my head sometimes because I get stuck in repetitiveness. But know your role and know your purpose. And know how they should affect somebody in your circle positively. Everybody in your circle positively. If you choose a bad role, it's going to affect everybody in your circle negatively. If you choose good roles, you'll always have a positive. You just have to know where you stand. And if you don't know your purpose, like I said, then find a purpose. Find something you believe in that you want to work for, that you want to see. And I don't mean being the CEO of a big company. That's not a purpose. That's just a goal. A purpose is an overall way of life you want to live. Way of life you want to give off to other people. That's how I consider a purpose. Some people consider purpose as these goals, but I look at the overall picture. How do you want to live the rest of your life? And what kind of people do you want? And what kind of roles do you want? And how do you want these roles to affect everybody around you? So yeah, I hope all of you have enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. And sorry again that this is kind of lengthy. If you have any questions or anything you would like to add to this, feel free in the comment section. And I'm sorry for any confusion I might have caused, and I'm sorry if this made no sense to some of you. But I hope somebody takes something away from this video, because I swear if it sucks this bad, then I'm going to write down all my thoughts and redo this whole video. So please tell me that I at least did something, all right? All right, so peace out.